So I see a lot right now on my side of Instagram, biblical parenting, first time obedience, and things along those lines. The first time that I was introduced to first time obedience, children should obey right away, all the way, and with a happy heart was in 2014. So this was pre like gentle parenting. This was anything. My husband and I didn't grow up in the church, things like that. So as adults, we got really involved in the church. We got reacquainted with Jesus. Things were great. We had our second had just been born in 2014. And we knew that we wanted to raise our kids. My other one was 4.5. And we knew that we wanted to raise them in a biblical sense, the biblical way, the way that we weren't raised, because we wanted Jesus and we wanted God to really be in their hearts. And so that's when Ginger Hubbard's Don't Make Me Count to 3 and what's his name, Paul Tripp, Shepherding the Child's Heart, was also introduced at that same time. And we were like, cool. The Christian parents know, and this is it. This is the one. So I started a group like for new moms. I was a new mom. I was a new Christian, and I was like, we're gonna do this together. So we got in. We started going, and things were okay until we got to the spanking part. And I was like, I don't know. I can't lead this section because I have never spanked my child. I was not spanked. I don't know enough about it. So I asked the pastor's wife if she could lead that week. And she's like, sure, of course. She ended up not doing it. I don't even know what happened. I think it dissolved by then. But this book, y'all. I laugh like maybe so I won't cry. I don't know. But it had me and my husband so convinced that like if your kid is not listening, if they are not obeying, they need a spanking, right? Because folly is bound up in their heart, and a spanking releases that and makes them feel so much better that they got punishment for their naughtiness or whatever, right? For their foolishness. And so my little guy, he was probably like 5. I was like, telling my husband, I was like, oh, he's not listening. He's not doing what we asked him to do, exactly how we asked him to do it. And I was like, I think we're supposed to spank him. Pre this book, I would have been like, okay, it's okay. We'll work through it. We'll figure it out. Post this book, I was like, pretty sure we're supposed to spank him. So my husband was like, I think you're right. So he spanks him. He feels so weird. He does pop, 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 3 little pats. The way you're supposed to. Actually maybe not how you're supposed to, because I think I've seen some things that say you're supposed to pull their pants down and it's just their underwear. Some might even say on their bare bottoms. I'm telling you, without guidance and things like that, these things could be pretty scary and dangerous, especially if you're like a dysregulated parent who gets triggered and things like that. And that's a whole other topic. Anyway, so after that, my husband felt weird. My kid felt weird. He didn't cry because it didn't hurt, but like it was just enough of the action. And we were like, I don't think this feels weird. And it's because Jesus like had not convicted us that we needed to do that, right? Some people read this book and they're like, yes, this feels good. This feels, they've prayed with it. They've read the Bible. They've done these things. But other people like me who've read it and have done it, I'm like, nah, that's not it for me. No, thank you. Right? Like, so the point is everybody has different convictions, but if you are curious about the book, I really encourage you to get the book, which is like only $10 if you can find it. Amazon doesn't carry it anymore. You might be able to get the ebook, like the Kindle version, for like $10. You can maybe find it on Ginger Hubbard's website for like $10, $12. I would check it out at the library if they have it. I would suggest you do that. And then you should probably just pray through it, really sit with it, talk to God about it, get some discernment about it, and figure out if that's good for your family. Because just because it's good for that family and it seems to be working really well for that mom doesn't mean it's going to work for you, and doesn't mean it's going to feel really good in your heart, right? Because it might not. And that's okay. Just have some discernment, have some wisdom, do your homework before you and really see what God says and what the Bible says, because obeying the first time all the way right away with a happy heart is not in the Bible.